And welcome back. We're now at the quarterfinals of the GPT Shepparton. We're with Luke and Byron Lewis.
We've got Byron on the left playing Abzan mid-range and Luke on the right playing Abzan aggro. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the same colours here.
No mulligans from either player.
And looks like it's a turn 1 Thoughtseize, and you'll note that that's a Law 1 Thoughtseize.
The expensive ones.
The expensive Thoughtseize.
So we've got 3 land here, 2 windswept heaths and a temple.
And that's Brimaz, Elspeth, Hero's Downfall, and I think that's a Siege Rhino.
I love seeing the main deck Brimaz.
Me too. I'm actually liking that. Well, that's Luke on the right, and he's playing the aggro list. He's also playing Elspeth.
No, Luke is actually on the left.
Okay, I think you've got the left and the right off on the notes then.
Okay. My mistake. Luke is on the left, Byron on the right. Okay. And this is Byron's second turn on camera. We saw him last round, round 6, and he was in the playoff for the 8 match. So this is actually 1 versus 8 in the quarterfinals. And I think this is Luke's 3rd time on camera.
Yeah, I believe so. He was in round 1 and he was in round 5.
So they've both had a little bit of experience on camera now, if they hadn't before today. What's Luke going to choose here?
Look, it depends on his hand. Like, if he's got a threat that he wants to protect, then maybe the Hero's Downfall. But I think he's more likely that it's going to take one of Byron's threats.
So either the Rhino or the Brimaz?
Yeah, he's taking the Hero's Downfall.
Yep.
That gives us a little bit of information about his hand.
Saying that he's probably more control heavy rather than creature heavy in his hand, so he can deal with the threats coming out rather than has his own.
He just doesn't want his own things to be killed. And I think I might be seeing another Thoughtseize.
Another Thoughtseize as well. So he'll take something else next turn, and that'll give us another indication.
Yeah, he could be. I don't know how much mind games he's coming into it, but he could be trying to psych his opponent out by taking the removal spell instead of the threats.
And there's also a second Elspeth there.
Second Elspeth.
So I hope he wasn't thinking of taking the Elspeth.
I don't know if he would have been. I think it's probably better to take one of those 2 creatures. Although, yeah, it really depends. Is that a?
There's a Bile Blight.
We can see a Bile Blight,
and I think his own Siege Rhino as well.
Siege Rhino. He's taking the Siege Rhino.
Yep. So he's saying, all right, Elspeth is too far along for me to worry about at this point in time.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the early creature kill, the early threat, come down with possibly my own Siege Rhino. I've got the Bile Blight to deal with the Brimaz.
And you'll notice that he's not cracking.
Just ignore everything I've said.
Okay, now this is an interesting decision because he's got 2 Brimaz and 2 Elspeths, and Brimaz is a legendary creature and Elspeth is a planeswalker. So Byron can only have one of each of them on the battlefield.
Yeah. You've got to take the Brimaz though, don't you?
Yeah, look, probably. Because Brimaz is coming down next turn regardless of what happens.
Yep.
And
I think Byron's going to want to slam that down quick before he draws the 4th Thoughtseize. Yep, they both say Brimaz. That's mad. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 3 turns, 3 Thoughtseizes.
I think I have, but not with specifically Thoughtseize, or with a combination of discard spells, like Thoughtseize Inquisition or Thoughtseize Duress.
Yeah. I apologise for the refocusing of our camera there. It seems to be having a couple issues. Hopefully it clears itself up now. Luke's put himself down to 14 with triple Thoughtseize.
Depending on how you want to put it, if he triple shocked himself or double bolted himself.
Yeah. Certainly done a lot of damage, but he's done a lot of damage to Byron's hand as well.
That's right. Byron's. I don't know what he drew there, but he's got double Elspeth still in hand.
Yep.
Now that's got to be a little bit daunting, to be on the other side, knowing that Elspeth is going to come down, providing Byron hits 6 mana.
Yep.
And
if you happen to deal with it, there's another one.
Yes.
So, cracking both fetches, putting
himself to 12. That's 12. A lava axe and a bolt there.
A lava axe.
Sometimes in playing modern, Thoughtseize deck in modern, sometimes you lava axe yourself turn 1 by cracking a fetch land and shocking yourself and casting Thoughtseize.
Oh, it's taken Luke a few more turns to get that done.
Looks like he's playing an Urborg. That must have been his only option just to be able to get that Siege Rhino out.
Yeah. So
because he
tapping the Urborg, putting out the second one, sacking the first to get your 4th mana.
Normally you see that with Nykthos, but it's not that often you see it with Urborg.
Well, people generally don't play any more than 2 in a deck.
Yeah.
So it's not something that happens all the time. Cracking the fetch here. So I'm thinking Byron must have drawn a land off the top to crack the fetch.
Yes, he only had 1 land in hand when he was Thoughtseized earlier, so one of his draws was a land.
So and now we're back up to 15 all. So the Thoughtseize hasn't really hurt him that much, but coming through with Brimaz and his buddy, so the 1/1 token that comes along with Brimaz, putting him down to 11. And I must say that Luke went through Swiss undefeated. I did the last round, but otherwise undefeated.
So his result was XO1?
Yes.
That's a Fleeceman line. Currently not big enough to tangle with Brimaz, but he can tangle with Cat Soldiers.
So I'm putting Luke down to 7. So Byron's making a really good fist of this after having his hand shredded in the first 3 turns. And Luke attacks.
Well, he's still got that Bile Blight in hand, doesn't he?
Ah, yes, very much so. So you're thinking maybe hoping he was blocking and then Bile Blight? Pre-damage?
Yeah, look, I don't think it really matters to Luke if he blocks or not in this stage. Like, he knows what's going to happen in both situations.
Yeah. Or you could just cast another Siege Rhino.
Another Siege Rhino. That gets some of that life lost back.
Very much so. As we found out earlier, they hunt in packs. I think there's a new card in Fate Reforged actually that there's a massive monster and it shows just how small Siege Rhino is. Like it's this big towering monster over a Siege Rhino.
Okay, I haven't had a close look at all of the art, so I'm going to have to check it out.
But the Siege Rhino bites the dust and Brimaz comes through with his cat tokens for a bit more damage there. And I think that was a Asban charm.
That was just drawn, you mean?
Abzan charm, sorry.
Charm, yep.
That Luke just drew.
Abzan charm can deal with Brimaz on the spot. Exile target creature with the power of 3 or greater.
Obviously being an instant, you can wait until the last moment though.
Yes, that's right. In this case, the last moment being right before the attack set.
Pretty soon. Because Byron is presenting lethal.
Yeah, there's not that he's on much more life, but he's also under less pressure.
So we actually got a good look at both hands there.
Yeah.
Bile Blight and a charm from Luke.
And was that did I see a Corsair just there in Byron's hand?
Well, we know it's double Elsbeth something something.
Yeah. Fortunately for Luke, Byron hasn't really progressed beyond 3 lands. Right, he's using his Abzan charm to exile Brimaz, and he's cracking in with his Fleece Mane Lion for 3.
Putting him to 6. The race is on. And Byron's done exceptionally well for being on 3 land.
Yes.
And we know he's got holding 2 Elspeth, so...
Well, three mana is seems to be a pretty key point for his deck. Like Hero's Downfall, Abzan Charm, Brimaz.
Now, he can't actually race with both his cat soldiers, can he?
Well, they've got Vigilance. Something that he's forgetting right now. But Brimaz does create cat soldier tokens with Vigilance.
Yeah, we can see a Courser in hand there.
Yep.
Byron giving us a really good look.
It's very helpful.
So we're just going to bring up Brimaz on Gatherer here and make sure those tokens have...
I can guarantee to you that they do have Vigilance. They are 1/1 cat soldiers with Vigilance.
Yep, with Vigilance. So he should be able to block.
Yes. Whether or not he would be planning to block anyway in this situation, that's that. But yeah, looks like because he's using different tokens, he's forgotten what they are.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage of using the wrong tokens, obviously.
Yeah.
The soldier tokens don't have Vigilance on them where the cat soldiers would.
Yeah.
Coming out with the second Fleece Mane as well.
Yeah, now that could get ugly if Luke gets to 5 mana. Although Barb Light just clears the way.
And allows Luke to come through for a
the
very,
first
very
game.
close victory. Okay, and we'll be back with game 2 shortly.